Tunnel of Terror by Catherine Walls. It was a dark and stormy night. The beautiful Princess Miranda was trying to hurry home. Zeus, the sky god, was making it pour down rain with thunder and lightning. But he was also playing with his magic, mixing all different kinds of storms. He mixed in one more tornado and one more hurricane, and suddenly, BAM! A huge portal opened up, and it looked like it was going into another world. Back to Miranda. As she was trying to quickly walk through the storm, a huge lightning bolt came down and hit her crown. When it hit, it attracted it to the portal. She went after it and finally caught up with it. It pulled her and pulled her through the horrifying storm. It pulled her all the way up to the terrifying tunnel. When she arrived at the portal, she flew into Zeus, who was the most curious wonder. She asked him what had happened, but all he could do was shrug. Suddenly, the storm pulled them in. Down the tunnel of terror they went, terrified. As they arrived at their destination, they looked around, astonished. Where were they? They stuck together and walked around. They walked across the street. Suddenly, people started to gather. Who were these people? What were they wearing? What were they carrying? What are these tiny little bricks that they're holding in their hands and holding up to them? Was it supposed to be a welcome present? And they kept asking them questions, but they couldn't understand exactly what they were trying to say. They were curious and began to wonder. What were these things? Their apparel? What they wore? It was so different. These things that they carried. The men would carry little cases. Were they supposed to be magic cases? And the little bricks that they would hold up and somehow flash. What were those things? And the wagons without horses. It just wasn't all adding up. So they sat and wondered a little more. They sat and waited and waited. Zeus tried to create another portal, but couldn't. He says he was too weak from the first one. Those days turned into weeks. Those weeks into months. And before they knew it, they had been there for almost a year. They were trying to survive and had lost just about all hope. Till one day one of those black curtains came on and a voice came from in it. It went something like this. Attention, everyone. You will need to evacuate as soon as possible. We have a hurricane coming our way. This includes high winds and deadly weather. Please, everyone evacuate as soon as possible. I repeat, we have a huge hurricane coming our way. This overjoyed Zeus and Miranda because they knew what they had to do. The storm was huge and furious and had lots of thunder and rain and lightning. Just as they had hoped, another tunnel of terror opened, and they jumped in, terrified. Once again, just as they had hoped, they returned home. People started to gather and asked what had happened. They had been worried. Zeus and Miranda told them all about their adventures and their experiences in this new town. Of course, a lot of people didn't believe them. In fact, most of them thought they were crazy. But what was really crazy was the unexplanation of the Tunnel of Terror.